What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for MLB Thursday, April 20th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a 5-game MLB slate tonight. So let's take a look at the pitcher position. So I like Ryan Nelson. He's got a small pitching advantage here over a low salary batting team, the San Diego Padres. Now, Ryan Nelson only giving up a .563 OPS versus righties, facing 5 righties here tonight. And I like this pick because the Padres have only hit 8 of his last 43 pitches. That's a 186 batting average. Ryan Nelson is $8,400 FanDuel salary, $600 less on DraftKings. So I like that price on both sites. He's averaging 25 fantasy points per game on the season, has an ERA of 3.71, record is 1-0, pitching an average of 94 pitches per game. So I like Ryan Nelson here versus the San Diego Padres. Okay, let's take a look at the catcher first base position. I like JT Realmuto, and he's got a 74% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Ryan Feltner. JT Realmuto batting 40% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .878 OPS versus righties. Ryan Feltner, he's pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, 34% worse than his other pitches, giving up a 1.049 OPS versus righties. JT Realmuto is 2 for 2 here versus Feltner with a 2.5 OPS, only $2,900 FanDuel salary. Now he is $3,000 more on DraftKings, so I absolutely love that FanDuel price. Averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season, scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games, has a batting average of .270. So I like JT Realmuto here versus Ryan Feltner. Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. I continue to like Bryson Stott, and he's batting against Ryan Feltner as well. Bryson Stott batting 35% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .981 OPS versus righties. Now, Ryan Feltner does pitch a decent ball versus lefty batters, giving up a .695 OPS versus lefties. There's no at-bats versus Feltner yet, but Bryson Stott, he's averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season. He's been hot, scoring 16, 9, and 28 fantasy points in the last 3 games. He's $2,900 FanDuel salary, $1,000 more on DraftKings. Scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games. But I like this pick because Bryson Stott, he has a batting average of .365. So I like Bryson Stott here versus Ryan Feltner. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won. And then we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. I like Alec Baum. And he's got a 52% batting advantage over that same low salary pitcher, Ryan Feltner. So it looks like you could stack some righty batters here versus Ryan Feltner. Alec Baum batting 18% better versus righty pitchers, batting a 1.054 OPS versus righties. Ryan Feltner, we know, pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, 34% worse than his other pitches, giving up a 1.049 OPS versus righties. Alec Baum is 1 for 2 here versus Feltner with a 1 OPS. He's 3,600 FanDuel salary, 1,100 more on DraftKings, averaging 12 fantasy points per game on the season, scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. He was super hot until last game. He cooled off, didn't score any points last game, but he scored 22, 9, and 16 fantasy points in the 4 games before that. And he has a batting average right now of .324. So I like Alec Baum here versus Ryan Feltner. Okay, let's take a look at the shortstop position. Another player to add to your stack here. I think you can stack 3 bats with confidence here versus Ryan Feltner. So take a look at this stud pick. Trey Turner has a 55% batting advantage over the low salary pitcher Ryan Feltner. Trey Turner batting 22% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .824 OPS versus righties. We know Ryan Feltner pitching his worst ball by far to righty batters, 34% less than his other pitches. And Trey Turner, he is 0 for 5 here versus Feltner. So if you want to save some salary and go with those other picks out of caution here, I understand. But Trey Turner is the stud on the slate with the most upside here versus Ryan Feltner, despite going 0 for 5. So Trey Turner is 3,500 FanDuel salary, 2,800 more on DraftKings. So I love that FanDuel price, averaging 12 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored 43 and 28 fantasy points in the last 3 games, has a batting average of .321. So I like Trey Turner here versus Ryan Feltner.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, moving on to the outfield position. Finally, I got a pick for you that's not versus Ryan Feltner. I like Juan Soto with an 89% batting advantage facing Ryan Nelson. So Juan Soto batting 53% better versus righty batters, batting a .952 OPS versus righties. Ryan Nelson pitching his worst ball versus lefty batters, 36% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .880 OPS versus lefties. And Juan Soto is 2 for 7 here versus Nelson. That's a .286 batting average, but he has a 1.587 OPS because those 2 hits were for home runs. So Juan Soto is 3,500 FanDuel salary, 1,500 more on DraftKings, averaging 11 fantasy points per game on the season. We picked him yesterday, scored 22 fantasy points. He is struggling a little bit with his batting average to start the season, only 194. This guy's a big bat. He's a home run hitter. So I like Juan Soto here versus Ryan Nelson. But if you are going to be playing Ryan Nelson, let's give you another pick here. I like Cody Bellinger with a 65% batting advantage over Michael Grove. Cody Bellinger batting 28% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .931 OPS versus righties. Michael Grove pitching his worst ball by far to lefty batters, 37% worse than his other pitches, giving up a 1.091 OPS versus lefties. Cody Bellinger is 1 for 2 here versus Grove. He's $3,300 FanDuel salary, same price on DraftKings, so I love that DraftKings price. He's averaging 13 fantasy points per game on the season. He's been on fire, scoring fantasy points in all 5 of his last games, nothing under a 10, high as a 28, over 20 in 2 out of those 5 games. Has a batting average of .284, and Vegas thinks there's going to be 10.5 runs scored in this game. So I would probably pick Cody Bellinger here over Juan Soto. So I like Cody Bellinger here versus Michael Grove.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this MLB slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.